Can we have peace in the Middle East?
Yes, I sincerely hope so. Look, I'm 28 years old. I've had to defend my country in 2 wars and in many battles. Nobody wants peace more than Israel.
If only we could have been warned about this, like 40 years ago, that there was a huge problem across academia, across the ahistorical lunacy that was ripping apart everything and everything else. And we were warned. This video is going super viral right now. This is really incredible. This is video of a 28-year-old Benjamin Netanyahu. So this is about 40 years ago, being asked about the Palestinians, a Palestinian state, and broadly peace in the Middle East. And you see if any of this jives with the same exact things that are happening right now.
Let me quote you what the PLO Information Office said in a Dutch paper in 1977, in May 5th.
77?
May 5th, 1977, yes. The statement was very simple. Our objective remains the destruction of the Zionist state of Israel. So let's keep in mind that what we're talking about here is not the attempt to build a state, but to destroy one.
Do the Palestinians have a right to a separate state?
Now, no one is denying that there are Palestinian Arabs. There's a very distinguished Palestinian Arab sitting right next to me. But the Palestinians themselves, in the Palestinian National Covenant, the very first article, say that the people of Palestine, quote, are part of the Arab nation. Well, let's look at the Arab nation. It has 21 states, an area roughly the size of the United States, and 1/6 of the entire world's wealth. Now, add to that the fact that there already exists a Palestinian state, and that is Jordan, 60% of whose population is Palestinian. I think it's quite interesting that Yasser Arafat and King Hussein, who are bitter enemies, agree on one thing, that Jordan is a Palestinian state. So what we're talking about is a demand for a 22nd Arab state and a second Palestinian state.
What should be done with the Palestinians on the West Bank? There's a problem, so what should be done about it, in your opinion?
Well, I think that the Palestinians in the West Bank are going to be offered the full human rights, the full civil rights, as no Arabs are offered in the Middle East. No Arabs whatsoever have any full human rights or the right to vote for their own government. Those Arabs who lived in Israel in the pre-67 boundaries are the only Arabs in the Middle East who offer that right, and I'm all in favor of having the same Arabs living in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip being offered such a right in the final peace agreement.
Can we have peace in the Middle East?
Very briefly, please.
Yes, I sincerely hope so. Look, I'm 28 years old. I've had to defend my country in 2 wars and in many battles. Nobody wants peace more than Israel. But the stumbling block to the road for peace is this demand for a PLO state, which will mean more war, which will mean more violence in the Middle East. And I sincerely believe, if this demand is abandoned, we can have real and genuine peace.
Thank you.
Isn't that interesting? 40 years ago, there's a 28-year-old Benjamin Netanyahu whose brother had been killed as he was trying to rescue hostages in another Palestinian terrorist attack, talking about peace, talking about voting rights and equality and everything else. Compare that right there to the hysteric lunacy of decolonization and the rest of it that we're hearing now in Detroit in the United States of America in 2024. They have had chances for a state. There is an apartheid state in the Middle East. It's called Jordan, where the Hashemite kingdom rules over the Palestinian population. Or go to Lebanon, where Palestinians aren't allowed to own land or have a series of jobs and everything else. But the progressives of today want to destroy the actually only remotely progressive place in all of the Middle East.